including a 1 o'clock kickoff coming up on Saturday against Weber State as we head into our final 3 games of the regular season. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined by head coach Brent Vigen. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Well, excited to be back home this weekend for sure. It's been a long ways going back to that Idaho State game, and I know we've handled these last couple opportunities on the road fairly well. Came out on top, and I think we're a better team than we were when we left, so it'll be fun to see where we're at on Saturday. Yeah,
no doubt. I'm sure plenty of people here are ready to get back home and cheer on the Bobcats. A lot of pent-up energy, as we get back home. Weather should hold on Saturday as well. Should be kind of dry and in those mid-40s. That's about as good as we can ask for here in November. And, of course, once we get through the daylight savings time, you guys love it, right? You get that extra hour of sun in practice in the morning?
Yes, it does happen upon us a little earlier, but it's cold mornings, and that's okay. It's going to be cold afternoons eventually here, and this is football weather. We got to be built for it.
Yep, and we will hopefully see plenty of home games even into December, but that is a step down the road and a lot to get to. Of course, you don't have to think about it too much, but the FCS Playoff Committee did release their latest and last rankings, and it had North Dakota State at 1. It had Montana State at 2, Montana at 3. Yes, still a lot to go as we go through here, but there was a lot of shakeup on Saturday. We saw South Dakota State lose, North Dakota lost, Tarleton State lost, UC Davis lost to Idaho State. I don't know, Coach, from your perspective, how much are you paying attention to the national landscape at this point, or do you just let that all fall as it may, and then wherever it ends up is wherever it ends up?
Well, a bunch of those games were finishing up as we were leaving Greeley, so I think you just naturally fill in that time as you're waiting to fly back. I think you're certainly keeping your eyes on it. All you can control is what's in front of you, and we're positioned well right now, but without us continuing to do the things we're doing, none of those other games really matter. So, who's playing their best football through this stretch, and then obviously beyond is what it's all about, and that's what we have to be after. And again, being positioned well now doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot, but it's I suppose it's a better place to be than not.
Yeah, absolutely. And 5-0, sitting in Big Sky play, tied for first place with that team from over the hill, and that's great, but nothing's been accomplished yet, and another opportunity to keep marching on Saturday. Our player guests today, we're going to have wide receiver Ryan King and cornerback Takari Carr on the show. Excited to talk to both of those guys. We'll dive into this game here, but quickly on Ryan King, fun to see him get a couple of big plays. Those were kind of tough catches, adjusting in the air, a couple of 30-plus yard receptions. Fun to see him kind of get going into the action in Greeley.
Yeah, tougher than they needed to be. He got behind the defense a couple times. Would have loved for both of them to be touchdowns. But, Ryan has elite speed. He really does. And he's got, good size to go along with it. He's been behind the defense here and there through the course of the season. And we just haven't, whether Justin got pressure or didn't see him or whatever, it just hadn't quite come together. So, for us to get a couple of those opportunities and Ryan to make those plays, that was a big step for our offense to be able to, throw for over 300 is fine, but just how we did it. There was 3, downfield passes against a team that we were going to need to do that against. You got to go out there and execute. And I think that was a big step for Justin, too, to be able to complete those balls, continue to, gain trust in those guys getting open, and then trust that they're going to make the play on the other end.
Yeah, one of the things and themes we've heard a lot is that Ryan King has been the kind of guy that's has been contributing if it hasn't always showed up in the box score. Bring us inside. What are some of the things that you've evaluated well out of him that maybe don't show up in the box score at the end of the game?
Well, he's a big physical guy, too, so on the blocking side, he's been a guy that's made a difference on several long plays through the course of his time here. And I know on the special team side, he's a ready and willing guy to be a contributor there. He's played more offense this year, so we've taken that special teams role back a little bit. But last year he really made his biggest impact probably on special teams. So, I think it's just a guy that has really found a home here. He's contributed, and it's still our hope that the best is still out in front of him. I think that's real. I think that's a real thought, and I think he's coming into his own now, and he's capable of again, getting behind the defense, but even a short catch and run would be great to see here. And he's made some good, fourth down plays for the course of this season. So, he's made a constant impact, I guess, and it's what you want seniors to be able to do, and Ryan's certainly doing that.
Well, and Takari Carr, who we'll talk to as well, he's not a senior but a fourth-year junior and really adults in the room for the cornerbacks. How have you seen him just take on that leadership role and continue to grow and kind of help lead that group of four that we've seen consistently?
Yeah, it's twofold for Takhari. Takhari, hadn't played a whole lot until this year, so for him individually to get to a place where he can be a contributor, he can be a regular, he can be a consistent guy. That was the first thing, and then knowing that we have a bunch of talent in that room, we have 4 redshirt freshmen that he's going to be competing with, but also in some ways be the example, be the mentor, and I've just appreciated his, I guess, unselfish nature, and that's not taking a back seat to those guys. It's just saying, I'm going to be part of this room. I'm going to help you guys along so we can play as well as we possibly can. And the emergence of Jace and Seth and Carson has been what we needed. Corey Boyd keeps coming along, finding his way on special teams, and then more and more on defense. So it's been a really neat progression, not only for Takhari, but for that whole room. He's obviously been right at the center of it.
Yeah, and we saw all of those guys make some big plays, some big hits, really set the tone in this game, basically from that first snap as well. It was fun seeing not only them set the tone, but also a couple of moments where they're covering some tight ends, so really giving up some size. And, you juxtapose that to what we saw against Oregon in week 1, going against some elite tight ends. It's fun to see those guys kind of be able to deliver a hit against a guy who's much bigger than them on the field. Yeah,
you go back to that Oregon game and the learning lessons from that day. If it was just, how to tackle a guy like Sadiq, how to even attempt to tackle him, covering guys that, that are elite in every which way, and not letting that be a discouragement, more just, okay, here's what we need to work on. And those guys, in that room, I think week by week have just grown in their own confidence, but I think the confidence that our coaches have in them, and we've been able to ask them to do more and more, as the season's gone along. I thought the first couple games we really protected them, in coverage, and we didn't ask them to do a lot, keep the ball in front of you, those types of things. And really beyond that, I think we've been able to continue to challenge that group, test that group, and in turn, then they're challenging the other team's passing game. And our coverage has gotten tighter through the course of the conference season, and it'll have to. I mean, the pass rush is one thing; it's where it starts. But if a quarterback looks out there and no one's open, that's pretty helpful too. And those guys are a big part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I think has been interesting about that group, and really as we've seen all this depth get developed, and you're playing so many guys on the defensive side in particular, how are you kind of developing that competition, but also cooperation within rooms week to week and over the course of the year?
Well, each position coach, probably has his own method based on who he is and how he communicates. But I think that's the biggest thing, is just you communicate with the guys. You do everything you can to bring them close with one another. They spend a lot of time in those position meeting rooms, and it's not just all pure football. I think there's a lot to learn about one another that occurs in there. And then I think as long as everybody knows where they stand, I think everyone's willing to root for everybody. It's the situations where you're trying to pit guys against each other, not communicating, telling one guy one thing, another guy another thing. That's when you get in trouble in those situations. So I think our position coaches take the strong lead there in the relationships that they develop in each one of their position rooms, and then the guys run with it. And ultimately, the support that I think you see on the field over and over again our guys have for one another when whoever makes a play is evidence of that.
Yeah, we certainly saw that a ton throughout this week. And, when I hear you talk about that kind of thing and how these coaches are coaching their players, now you're overseeing that, I get the sense that for you as a head coach, one of the things you really enjoy is kind of the CEO aspect of it, overseeing it all. First of all, is that right? Is that what you like about this thing?
Yeah. There's a lot to do as a head coach, and the last thing I need to be doing is everybody's job.
Right.
Hire guys that I trust. Help them along the way, but let them do their jobs, and part of that is developing and nurturing a position group, and that goes way beyond just the techniques that they work on the practice field. So I do enjoy that, and I'd like to think that the position coaches enjoy working for me too. You don't always know that for a fact, but I think by and large they do. So I do recognize that that's the way I want to be a head coach, and I empower the guys that you hire and let them do their job.
Yeah, so how are then you monitoring that, just kind of seeing how the coaches are doing? Because you're not sitting in those position room meetings a week in every single day, because a lot of times they're going on at the same time.
Yeah, I don't pop in those rooms really at all. I think for me it's to communicate with our players, more, I don't know, here and there. Certainly observe on the practice field how they're communicating. I think that's something that is very clear for me to see. And then, how do the guys play on Saturdays? I think that's a pretty good indicator, too, of how guys coaching. So it might be, indirect, a way of analyzing it, so to speak, but trying to keep a watchful eye and always be taking inventory of what's going on.
Yeah, no doubt. Cool to hear that for you as, you're in your 5th year as a head coach and just very behind the curtain because this thing is humming right now, and we're excited to see it continue to play out on Saturday. And, of course, it played out last week. We're going to take a break, but when we get back, we'll talk about the play of the year, the play of the career for Talon Marsh, and more. We're talking about all of that and more after this timeout. We're live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student-athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
Montana holds some of the greatest hunting in the country, and much of that occurs on private land. Access to private land is a key part of hunting and wildlife management, but that access is at risk with every gate left open, piece of litter left behind, or torn up ag field from someone driving where they weren't allowed. As hunters and guests in Montana, we must do better. Get familiar with Montana's block management program and follow the rules for every block management area you hunt, because we either do better or we'll lose access. It's that simple. It's up to us. Respect access, protect the hunt.
At Manhattan Plumbing and Heating, we are committed to being your trusted source for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs in Gallatin County. Proudly locally owned and operated, our skilled team has been providing exceptional service and expertise for over 2 decades. Whether service or new construction, we provide quality solutions for your home or business. If you need urgent plumbing repairs, efficient heating or cooling solutions, Manhattan Plumbing and Heating is here to help. Call us today at 406-284-4133 to learn why we are the area's most trusted and reliable choice. And go Cats!
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The air was thick with desire as he said those 23 magic words every woman longs to hear. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give you 10 free boneless wings when you spend $15 or more and use promo code GOBONELESS. Say it again, she begged. He indulged. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give... Okay, I need a break. This novel's got me sweating and hungry. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At participating locations for a limited time only when you order in the BWW web or app.
Debilitating joint pain can keep you from doing the things you love most. At Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, we take a holistic approach to your orthopedic surgery, combining state-of-the-art orthopedic capabilities with whole health optimization. We'll work with you to identify and address any medical issues prior to your surgery. Our optimized health approach ensures your surgery is just the beginning of a new, pain-free life. Explore more at bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. Bobcats coming off a 55-7 win against Northern Colorado. Weber State is coming to town on Saturday for a 1 o'clock kickoff at Bobcat Stadium. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen. And somehow, Coach, we've made it 15 minutes into the show, and we have not yet talked about the Thick Six. Talon Marsh, yes. What a play, what a moment. Of course, Dom Solano deserves a lot of credit for the initial tip, and then Talon Marsh with the interception. He had a quick little jab step to get a guy frozen, and then just takes it with a caravan down that right sideline with basically the entire roster on his hips. That was one of the more special moments for sure this week.
Yeah, what a play. It was, I think it was a 4th and 5 or 4th and 6. And, those guys are out there trying to do anything they can to keep them off the scoreboard. And it started with Dom. Dom tipped that ball in the air, and it just landed right in Talon's waiting arms. And a lot of guys would panic and not even know what to do and probably just go down. But he got his sights set the other direction immediately, and Dom was was the one that sprung him, and then it was just it was a foot race. And I know he got a caravan to some degree. Their quarterback is almost the one that got him. Yeah. He ran out of bounds on our side, and he kind of avoided him initially for whatever reason, but then he tried to chase him down. And, yeah, we had a whole sideline that erupted at that point in time. And, good for Talon, good for our team. Those moments, they don't come around all too often. And, that's a perfect example of our team being able to celebrate a guy who just works his butt off. He's certainly a blue-collar guy behind the scenes. Continue to make his way and make an impact for sure, but I think he's just a guy that has a lot of respect of his teammates. So it was on display in that end zone for sure.
Yeah, it almost makes me want to. I want to see like a sprint race with the big men, the D linemen. Now I want to see where he matches up because he was flying. Did you know he had that in him?
He can move. He probably could have been a fullback in another life. I know that he played guard and defensive tackle in high school and just wreaked havoc and was the Gatorade player of the year. So, there's a lot of athleticism that allows you to do that. And he can go. Yeah, he's super strong, all those things. So, it was like you run a little faster when you feel like you're getting chased, I guess, too.
Yeah, once the adrenaline is pumping. And Seth Brock kind of tackled him in the end zone there, too, as Gibson was kind of on his hip as well. But, you kind of mentioned watching the guys celebrate him, having everybody together, having everybody celebrate with the Bobcat fan base as well. Some of the pictures and images of that moment with the takeaway hat on, cheering on with everybody. Those special moments when you got a crowd like that on the road are the types of things I feel like you remember forever.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. The crowd we had, I think outnumbered what they had. Yeah. We have a strong alumni base down there. And our crowd was loud, and our bench obviously was right there in front of them. So whether it was Talon getting up on the bench with the hat on, or Coulter just a few minutes later after he forced the fumble on the kickoff, to have those moments when the score was 48-0 and just about to become 55-0. Our crowd was certainly still in the game. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's fun to see that and rocking that takeaway hat up there. So very cool to see. Final question on the defense, too. They've been so good. They're number one in the Big Sky in so many categories, including scoring defense right now. How do you kind of compare this defense maybe to the 2021 defense that you guys had on that run to the national runner-up?
Well, I think this group's deeper. I think we're faster. And we're 5 years into this scheme too. I think that was one thing that year. That was year one in this particular scheme, and how far we took it. It probably isn't anywhere near where we are right now. Just being able to really utilize the scheme to highlight the talents of our guys, and being able to I suppose change up the look and all that look and feel each week too. So. I really like our depth right now. Just how fast we're playing, and there's certainly a physical component to that. But I do think our guys are seeing things, diagnosing things, trusting their eyes, at a good rate that's allowing us to, play at a high clip.
Yeah. All right, I want to talk a little bit of offense as well. 55 points is no joke, even if 7 of that came from the defensive side. Just nitpicking a little bit here for the offense, the couple of field goals in that red zone. Overall, just what are you seeing from that red zone offense, and kind of what are you guys working on in that regard?
Yeah, I know prior to that, we got backed up, and we have to be able to get the ball out of there. And one of those did include a third short that we didn't pick up. You play that back and forth with the punt game. Fortunately, the defense was able to continue to get it back, and then we do get ourselves down in there. It's two things. It's being able to run, our normal offense, which has become harder. And it's also, if we have some, specialty plays or whatever, specialty passes, red zone passes, we got to be able to hit on those. because that's 2 weeks in a row where we haven't been 100% down there. Now we've had a lot of opportunities, which is great, but being able to score touchdowns versus field goals is the way you want it and the way you need it to be, honestly. And it's not that simple. So we got to continue to work at it, continue to be as creative as we can down there. Our ability to run the football down there has to be paramount, and that's probably what those two sequences didn't get us off on the right foot. I guess we didn't go anywhere forward. Both those I think we were inside the 10 on both of them. So needs to be a point of emphasis for sure, and hopefully we can bounce back this week and be 100%.
Yeah, you mentioned that third and short, and I think for a lot of people, they're hyper-focused on some of those third and fourth short yardage situations after that South Dakota State game. Overall, just how are you guys feeling about how you're performing right now in some of those third and fourth down situations where you got some short yardage?
Well, it hasn't been perfect by any means, and, it's good to have a few of those opportunities because that means you are moving the ball. I as the head coach, I have confidence in our ability to get it done. I think our amount of different things we're doing in those downs and distances is continuing to grow. One of Ryan's deep passes was on a third and short. The more that we can show, hey, we're willing to throw the ball. You can't just pack everybody in here. You can't outnumber us. I mean, that's a piece to it. But at the end of the day, we got to be able to come off the ball and win those battles and gain that yard. So I definitely think it's still a work in progress. And, those plays certainly can decide games, as we found out. So we have to get better there. Our third down percentage overall is really good, but that third short, you almost want it to be perfect.
Right.
And without it being perfect, it doesn't feel quite right, and we're definitely working towards that.
Right, and you guys aren't really a big tush-push type team. You don't want to just pack everybody in there and just turn it into a melee?
No, I don't think that's as simple as it looks. I know the Eagles seem like they've mastered it. I know Northern Colorado got us on one. Where you pick and choose and how you spend your time. So, yeah, we certainly could have the element of a quarterback sneak. We haven't done that yet, but it's certainly within the framework of what we could do. And, continuing to, I guess, pick those plays, but more so just execute those plays in those moments is what we're after.
All right, well, we're looking forward to all of that, and another big week coming up against Weber State on Saturday for that 1 o'clock kick. All right, Coach, it's all been great. We're going to transition to some player interviews coming up next. We're going to talk to Takari Carr coming up after this timeout. But first, we're taking a break. We're live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Quitting smoking, vaping, or chew isn't easy because nicotine is extremely addictive. Plus, everyone's different. What worked for me may not work for you. That's where Quit Now Montana comes in. And it's free. You get a quit coach and a custom quit plan tailored to you, including free nicotine replacement therapy, patches, gum, or lozenges. Bottom line, Quit Now Montana works. Time to make it work for you. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or go to quitnowmontana.com to get started today. Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 9 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
All right, before we talk with Takari Carr as we rejoin ourselves at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat, we want to remind you that if you want to do more this game day than just cheering for the best team of the Big Sky, your game day and everyday purchase from MSU bookstores goes directly to lowering the cost of course materials for all Montana State students, sports students on and off the field by shopping at the MSU bookstore on campus, in the sub, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, and 24/7 online at msubookstore.org. All right, before we talk to Takari Carr, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat. We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. It is week 11. November has arrived. The Bobcats are back home for the first time in a month, and we've got 2 straight home games before that game over the hill at the end of the regular season. We get to say hello now to Takari Carr, part of the cornerback group. Yeah, hello, hello. All right, Takari, how we doing? How we feeling, man?
Oh, feeling good, doing good.
Yeah, how you holding up? How you just kind of generally feeling at this point in the season?
At this point of the season, we feeling real confident in what we've been doing on the defensive side. We just gotta up the ante and just keep going.
Yeah, what do you feel like has been maybe the biggest area of growth for you and the cornerback group as a whole this year?
Just being able to retain information that our coach is saying and put it on the field, and just weekly just keep getting better and better and not getting complacent.
Yeah, what goes into maybe retaining that on the field? You know, what goes into making sure you got that fully locked down week in, week out?
First when coach write it on the board, make sure we paying attention, write it down on a piece of paper, and make sure weekly and daily we looking over it. Make sure we're not forgetting that, because there's going to be key things in the game that's going to see us so we can make plays.
Yeah, you know, it did feel like this week was one of your better weeks as a group together. You know, it just felt like you guys were playing really, really fast, delivering some big hits. Did it feel like that for you? Just like this was one of your better weeks as a quarterback group?
Most definitely. Coach told us that we had to set the tone, so we understood that we just had to set the tone from the first play and just let them know that we were going to come with some aggressiveness.
Yeah, how much did that Oregon game in week 1 kind of help set you guys up for success when it comes to figuring out how to take on some of those bigger players and in those bigger moments?
Just understanding that we could play with anybody. We just got to understand we've got to read our keys the same way, no matter if we're playing Northern Colorado or Oregon. Just read the same keys that our coaches telling us, and just be confident in what the coaches putting on the paper.
Yeah. I talked to Trent Green, the quarterback coach for the podcast, which I'll be recording tomorrow. Had a lot of travel with basketball on Monday night over in Boulder. But tell me a little bit about Coach Green, man. Every time I hear him talk or see him talk, I feel like I'm ready to run through a brick wall, man. What's he like?
Same for us. Coaches, he's been so important to what we've been putting on the field. Like, gives us so much confidence and understanding what the offense is doing, their scheme, what they're going to do out of 3x1, 2x2, and things like that, and understanding their quarterback tendency. So we're never out there guessing. We're just making the right moves and just being confident with our moves.
Yeah, what was it like when he first got into that room? You know, did you guys feel like maybe you were kind of testing his knowledge a little bit at all? He said it kind of felt like you guys were asking a lot of questions, a lot of the why. But just what was it like when he first got into that room with your guys' group?
From the start, the guys were just kind of looking at we were just looking at each other like we were getting like some real good information, and we were like, man, some of this stuff we ain't never even heard before. So we were just asking questions, just curious, not because we thought he didn't know what he was talking about, and we just kept listening to him, and he just helped us with our football knowledge so much.
Yeah, he told me on that interview he's got like over 100 books in his library that he's constantly reading and building things up. Yeah, but it's cool to see and cool to see the way you guys have all continued to grow. I do want to talk about you personally. For you now, a fourth-year junior, right?
Yes, sir.
How's class going? Just how's the academic side of things?
Class is going pretty good. Just got to fix up a few things. But for the most part, class has been good. Just got to understand to do my work during the day, because after meetings and practice, be a little tired. So might not turn in some assignments and be a little tired.
Yeah, just got to keep that time management up. What are you studying? What are you learning? What are you working on?
Right. Liberal studies. It's like general studies. For the most part, I've been taking classes like human response to stress, moral problems and things like that. That's going to help me on the outside world, and that can help me in the season, just battling, just like mind things, getting out my own head, understanding like even if I make a good play, bad play, next play, and like things going to happen and how I'm going to overcome adversity.
Yeah. For you, having not played a ton coming into this year, but also being kind of the adult in that room for those guys, how much have they kind of looked up to you versus you helping them out versus all feeling like you guys are just kind of coming up together?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's all of us coming up together and growing together, because I might be the oldest guy, but it's the younger guys are also showing me things too and making sure I'm on the right things I need to do when they're putting good stuff on tape, and just I got to make sure that I'm on my P's and my Q's, because they're young, talented, and they push it. Everybody push each other just to be better.
Yeah, it's cool. It does feel like there's a great sense of both kind of competition and cooperation. Is that how you feel like it is?
Yeah, one big family. We understand that no wink link. We feel like anybody who's in the game, that's a starter at that moment. So everybody just got to be out there and confident and just trust what Coach Green is teaching us.
Yeah. You know, as you talk about what you've kind of learned, you sound very introspective. Like you've done a lot of thought and trying to figure out your stuff on your own as well. Where do you feel like you've maybe grown up most as a man here at Montana State and continue to mature?
Handling adversity, when things I don't like, understanding that things are going to be difficult, and how are you going to come out the end of the tunnel? Because there's going to be a lot of times where you're back against the wall, and either you can quit or you're going to keep going.
Yeah. So for you then, as this continues, I mean, what do you hope life after football looks like? You know, what is your legacy going to be as you continue to move forward and grow?
I want to stay around the game as long as possible, with a coach, impact as many people as I can as possible from back home, Montana, all over the world, just with this game, and just the coaches I run across, just get the knowledge from them and try to pass it.
Yeah. So you're from LA, correct?
Yes, sir. Compton.
Yes, sir. So did you have a lot of people that were helping you come up and grow as well?
Yes, it was a lot of coaches. Like, it took a village, honestly. Like my dad, he knew a little bit about the game, but mostly the coaches just around. Like everywhere I went, it was coaches that were just trying to teach me the game. And when I was a little younger, I was more of a knucklehead, so I really wasn't respecting what they were saying. But the older I get, I really see the knowledge that they were trying to instill in me.
Yeah, it's funny how you hear something through the knucklehead ears. I was myself. I'm sure plenty of people were as well. And then all of a sudden it kind of starts to click later in life. When did it feel like things started to kind of click for you in that regard?
Maybe about end of my sophomore year, going into like that junior year, just understanding that if I didn't get it together, it would be a chance where I had to go somewhere else where I didn't want to go. Like I wanted to be at Montana State, so it was either get with it or get left. So for the most part, I just wanted to be a part of this great program. As you see, like this great defense, understood. Like if I just showed that I can be counted on and stuff like that, that's all I needed to play.
Yeah. You know, one of the cool things about this program at Montana State as a whole is the guys who have been here over the course of time. They are committed to this program. For you now, 4 years in. Why is it? What about this program keeps guys here and wanting to grow, waiting their turn, and now getting an opportunity like you have?
It's the brotherhood. It's the early mornings when you're on Pete's Hill and nobody's there to pick you up but your brothers. You're throwing up your heart away. You feel me? And only your brother is there to pick you up and things like that. And just when it's cold and when we win, when we losing, it's just always know the brotherhood and the coaches behind you and they trust you. So it's just a big family. It's not like somebody think they bigger than you, somebody think they bigger than the program. Everybody got to stand by the program and stand on the 4 principles.
Yeah, that's special. Yeah, you mentioned the principles. What are those principles?
Cats, accountability, toughness, state.
There you go.
Character. My bad. Character.
Yeah, absolutely.
My bad, Coach.
You got the thumbs up. You were right on it, though. You were right on it. Well, it's a lot of fun to see the way you guys all have grown, what you're doing, you're playing, and everything that's been going on. So we're getting ready for Weber State coming up next. What should we look forward to? First of all, how excited are you to get back in front of Bobcat Stadium this week?
So excited. Give our fans a show. We're just going to keep showing a dominant performance. We're trying to get a donut for y'all. We're trying to get a donut. We're trying to just even be better than we was last week. That's the goal every week, is to be better than we was last week. Don't be complacent. We're not looking at the rankings. We just got to know, like, week by week, day by day, got to get better.
Yeah, those rankings were fun for us to look at, but at the end of the day, if you're not handling business, those things are going to change and not the way you want. Well, we got one donut on the board against Mercyhurst,
yes,
and I'm sure we're looking forward to another one as well. And for Weber State in particular, what are we looking for? What are we seeing in this matchup against the Wildcats on Saturday?
They like to do a lot of quick games, so we're not going to say too much on podcast, but we're gonna stop what they want to do for the most part, and we're gonna challenge routes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, hey, no, we all know we don't want too many X's and O's out there. Right. We're excited for it though. Well, Takhari, your growth has been awesome. The whole cornerback room has been awesome to watch, and it's been so cool to talk to all those guys throughout the year. And I know the best is yet to come, and everybody here is behind you. So keep it up, man, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Takari Carr. We're taking a break. When we get back, we're talking to Ryan King. We are live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
We focus on youth sports because we truly believe that youth are the foundation of Montana's future. I think nothing improves your mental health and well-being and your physical health and well-being than being outside, active, talking to other people, and socializing in an environment like that. Learning teamwork, learning leadership skills, resiliency. As a company, we're deeply invested in our communities, not just our members.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Montana holds some of the greatest hunting in the country, and much of that occurs on private land. Access to private land is a key part of hunting and wildlife management, but that access is at risk with every gate left open, piece of litter left behind, or torn up ag field from someone driving where they weren't allowed. As hunters and guests in Montana, we must do better. Get familiar with Montana's block management program and follow the rules for every block management area you hunt, because we either do better or we'll lose access. It's that simple. It's up to us. Respect access, protect the hunt.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Bobcats on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Bobcat Pride, powered locally.
The air was thick with desire as he said those 23 magic words every woman longs to hear. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give you 10 free boneless wings when you spend $15 or more and use promo code GOBONELESS. Say it again, she begged. He indulged. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give... Okay, I need a break. This novel's got me sweating and hungry. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At participating locations for a limited time only when you order in the BWW web or app.
Debilitating joint pain can keep you from doing the things you love most. At Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, we take a holistic approach to your orthopedic surgery, combining state-of-the-art orthopedic capabilities with whole health optimization. We'll work with you to identify and address any medical issues prior to your surgery. Our optimized health approach ensures your surgery is just the beginning of a new, pain-free life. Explore Explore more at bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. We're in week 11, getting into November, and we remind you that you can enjoy Cat Chat, the official radio show of Head Coach Brent Vigen and Bobcat Athletics, over wings and beer every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. only at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm Keaton Gillogly, and we are joined now by senior wide receiver Ryan King. Ryan, how we doing? How we feeling, man?
Feeling good, doing good. Thank you for having me on here.
Absolutely. How you feeling? Getting into the season, your 6th year, just in general, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. I feel strongest and fastest that I've ever been. So yeah, I think this year's been really good for me.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that. So, I mean, I know you've battled a few injuries in your career, right? So this really is how you're feeling as good as you've ever felt?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Brian, with our strength and conditioning and our treatment staff, has just been doing really well with my physical therapy. So
yeah,
it helped me a lot to get healthy.
Yeah, what were some of the things you've been dealing with over the last couple of years?
Just a couple shoulder injuries. That's really the main issues that I've been dealing with. But I feel like I've been the best I've been now.
Yeah, well, we got to see it on display on the field a little bit this weekend, and we know you've been doing more than just catching the football. We know you're making a big impact. But speaking of these catches in particular this last week, man, fun to see you get behind the defense. And I thought it was really impressive that you made some adjustments on those throws. You really brought those in. Tell me about that and just making sure you're catching that football even when you get a little twisted around.
I mean, it's really just about focus and staying calm at the catch point. I saw the ball in the air. I was running after it as fast as I could. I saw it was going to be a little short, so changed my tracks and just followed it all the way into my hands, stayed focused, and made that catch.
Yeah, well, it's good to see, and I know for people who've listened to us on the radio, we've talked about for you're going into your 53rd game. We're looking for that first touchdown, man. I know we all want it. You've been close a couple of times. Is that something on your mind at all, or are you just trying to kind of let it take its course?
It hasn't really been on my mind too much. It kind of slips in there when I get 3 yards, 4 yards from the end zone, but I'm not really too worried about it. I just whenever the opportunity comes, I'm ready for whenever that happens.
All right, you don't have like a celebration. You got like fan in the back pocket. You're just kind of focused on things.
Oh, every week I come up with one in the mirror. So
okay,
I got a couple.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
all right.
We'll see it this weekend.
Yeah. So that are you coming up with like different ones each week?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you've got a whole library then that's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, just sitting there, just waiting. So.
All right. Have you shared any of those with like the guys?
All the time. Every week we go over our animations every week. So that's what we call them, animations. So, yeah.
All right, so without revealing what the animation will be when that moment comes, because we all know it's coming sooner rather than later, what goes into a good animation for any wide receiver when they get into the end zone?
It's just kind of like the theme for the week, So I guess I'll give a hint. The theme, Big Sky Bravery. So maybe something with that.
Yeah, absolutely. It is Military Appreciation and Ag Appreciation Week this week over for the Weber State game. So, all right, a little military theme, a little Big Sky Bravery, which is located in Big Sky. And I know Montana State football is very involved with them as well. So, all right, that's good stuff. I like that. Nice little teaser because we know, again, that's coming. All right, for you, beyond the touchdowns and the offense and that kind of thing, just tell me a little bit about your game and how you feel like you've been impacting the field and this team beyond just the catches and the yards.
I feel like a lot, even since last year, especially with our run-heavy offense, I've been involved a lot in the run game. I feel like I'm an extension of the O-line, basically. Those safeties that they can't get up to, I block them for them. So I get down there and block those DBs that they can't block, and on the perimeter, I block for the guys when they come around on jet sweeps, swing passes, all types of things. So I just feel like being an extension of that offense and giving my all on blocking is what I do best.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, and you guys all watching tape and stuff together. Outside of you, of course, who's the best blocking wide receiver in that room for you guys?
Ooh, I'll have to say Dane Steele for sure.
Yeah.
Just that wrestling background. He likes to get dirty. So.
Yeah, it feels like that. He's got quite that little man whippersnapper in him.
Yeah, got some grit.
Yeah, tell me overall about that wide receiver room. I mean, Taco Dollar is as tough as they come. That hit he took on that 34-yard catch, which helped set up a touchdown before the end of that first half. Took him a second to pop up, but then he did. Goes on, scores 2 more touchdowns. What are you seeing from him this year?
Just seeing a lot. Just making plays when we need them, being a decoy when we need it, and I just feel like the receiver room right now is the closest that I've ever seen, that I've ever been in. So I just feel like that helps us make plays out there. We're all happy for one another when we make plays. So I just feel like that goes a lot into it, us wanting to make plays for each other.
Making plays for each other, celebrating your teammates, seems like that was a bit of a theme this week. Of course, it's easy to celebrate your teammates when you got a defensive tackle rumbling more than 50 yards down the field. Some of the shots and the pictures of that were cool to see, but it also felt like you were right there. You had a great view of Marsh on the run. Your smile was infectious. You could tell how much you were enjoying that. First and foremost, just tell me your perspective on that Talon Marsh thick six this last Saturday.
Thick six, I like that. So basically, I was sitting on the sideline. I guess it was towards the end of the game. I was sitting on the sideline, and I saw the ball get batted. I heard it. I didn't know we got a pick until I saw Talon running down the sideline. I didn't know he was going to score. I knew Talon was pretty fast, but I didn't know he was going to score. I saw him kind of pass like the 30 to 40. I got up off the bench and started running down with him. So I was one of the ones in the end zone that met him on the sideline. So, yeah, that was definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, that's great. Rate his running form. I mean, I felt like he looked pretty good. You're a wide receiver. Well, what did you see?
I give it a 10 out of 10. I think he looked like a track star running out there.
Yeah. Well, and he does. He was a part of the track and field team in high school and was pretty good in that regard. He was a wrestler as well, like Dane Steele. But that was pretty cool. Had you ever seen a play quite like that in your career in 6 years deep now?
We had a defensive end kind of make a play like that at Georgia Tech. But, I mean, other than that, never somebody that heavy, that fast. So.
Yeah, no doubt. I know for me personally, I grew up a Bears fan, so I love defensive touchdowns. That was my oxygen growing up. That was a dream come true, calling a thick six. I've had that one locked away for a long time. So that was pretty cool to see. But overall, just cheering for your teammates, that joy for everybody kind of working out. What is that like? I mean, how tight is it? Sounds cliche, I'm sure, to some fans, but how real is that in the locker room?
I mean, kind of like Takhari said, that brotherhood is what really has been pushing us throughout the whole season. I feel like just us being together as a team, wanting to make plays. Like, I want to make plays for the defense, and for the O-line, I want to make plays as fast as possible to get them off the field. So it's just, I feel like that brotherhood has been like a staple of our team this year.
Yeah, and for you, having been at a couple different spots, started Georgia Tech, go to East Carolina for a year, coming here now your second year. I mean, give us an idea of how unique that is. You've seen multiple different locker rooms at this point in your career, so give us a sense of how unique it is here.
I feel like that sense of closeness is really unique. Ever since I came on my visit, the first time I was here in June 2024, I felt like it was a brotherhood. They were welcoming me in, and I hadn't even committed yet. So I just feel like that was a big part of why I even chose to come here. So.
Yeah, and for you coming here after that, being welcomed in, I mean, how much did that kind of infect your joy of the game and just that pleasure in being able to go to practice, be with the guys, and go out and make plays?
I mean, it incredibly affected my joy for the game. I just feel like being a part of a team that's so close, a winning team that's winning. I mean, especially as a receiver I'm blocking a lot, just you got to find that joy somewhere, and the guys definitely helped me, keep my head on straight, stay in the game, and make those plays for wherever they came.
Yeah, that's cool to see. And, for you as well, going through all those changes, going through those different spots, you've had to learn a lot of different offenses. Is that right?
Yeah, I think this is my 4th playbook that I've had to learn.
Yeah. Give us a sense of what that process is. I mean, that's a lot of work. That takes a lot of football IQ, man.
I think for the most part, it's just getting those reps in spring and fall camp or whenever you can get them. We do a lot of routes on air in the spring with just the players. So, I mean, things like that, just being able to actively run the routes that they give us, the new routes that they give us, and then just staying in the playbook and watching the film on it from, like, previous schools or whatever. Yeah. That's the easiest way to learn it.
Yeah, get in your body on the field, go watch the tape, and just keep your nose in that playbook and eventually become second nature.
Yeah, I mean, it has to, so it's your job.
Yeah, well, and having learned as many playbooks as you've had, you've seen a lot of different things. So without getting too X's and O's here, obviously we don't want to give any trade secrets away, but what makes you so excited about this Pete Sturbick offense now that you've seen so many? What gets you most excited about this offensive playbook?
I like Coach Sturber's mindset, just the way every week he tells us constant scoring mentality. It doesn't matter where we're at. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes left in the game, we're trying to score. So I just feel like that, and then his approach to having a balanced offense, just it really caters to a receiver for sure. And especially a receiver who likes blocking a little bit. So. Yeah, just run and pass. I couldn't love it more.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see and a lot of fun to watch. One guy we haven't really talked a ton about, but we know has a really bright future down the stretch as he comes on the twilight of his career as well as Chris Long. I know he was a little banged up early in the year, but incredibly talented, man. I remember watching him in fall camp. He was putting up some Odell Beckham Jr. type catches.
Absolutely.
What's the future for Chris Long here down the stretch?
I feel like he's here to make a legacy as well, just making those impact plays the same way that I am, making explosives all over the field. Blocking his hardest. I feel like he brings a lot of mental to the game as well. Just being from Rutgers, Power 5 program, just helping the younger guys understand offenses and running routes and things of that nature. So he's been a big help this year for sure.
Yeah, you talk about him. Power Conference guy that's come over here. Justin Lamson's one that is as well. You as well. If you were talking to maybe your younger self, I'm sure. Looking at through that recruiting process, you see a lot of the flashy stuff from those P4s and now what's here. Just how different were your priorities when you're going through and finding Montana State versus coming out of high school as a recruit?
I feel like there was definitely a big change. I feel like my younger years, I was rushing the process, not very patient. I feel like coming here, I've had to learn a lot of patience, but I feel like it's benefited me for sure. Just being able to stay patient, stay calm, and then when those plays come to me, just being able to make them, things of that nature.
Yeah, it's amazing how things mature and grow up over that time, and we're getting ready for your 53rd career game coming up on Saturday against Weber State. We're looking forward to it all. But the final question, too, just now you're through the 6 years and coming down to the end. How's the class been? What's the future hold for you beyond football?
Class has been good. I graduated from East Carolina a couple years ago, but I've been taking classes towards a business certificate here. Class has been going well. Just trying to finish up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Run through the finish line?
Yeah, get to pro day, see what happens from there.
Absolutely, man. It's fun to see, and we're going to see Weber State coming up next. Give us something to look for in this matchup against the Weber State defense on Saturday.
Well, I think we should look for a lot of explosive plays for sure. They play man coverage a lot of one-high defense, so we're just looking to exploit that. All right,
well, we're looking forward to you exploiting that, getting that first animation in the end zone, something Big Sky Bravery themed, and I know everybody here is rooting for that first time to cross the goal line for you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Ryan King, we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have head coach Brent Vigen help us preview the matchup against Weber State. We're live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Revelry is your neighborhood eatery, here to serve a wholesome and savory palate that celebrates Montana roots with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We revel in a natural and energetic habitat that livens any day. We serve Bozeman's best pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and salads in a comfortable environment with 2 amazing patios. We love hosting Bobcats old and new. Check us out at 24 North Tracy or online at revelrymt.com. Go Cats, go!
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 9 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Quitting smoking, vaping, or chew isn't easy because nicotine is extremely addictive. Plus, everyone's different. What worked for me may not work for you. That's where Quit Now Montana comes in. And it's free. You get a Quit coach and a custom Quit plan tailored to you, including free nicotine replacement therapy, patches, gum, or lozenges. Bottom line, Quit Now Montana works. Time to make it work for you. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or go to quitnowmontana.com to get started today. Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
For more than 25 years, Amy Sayer has provided the highest level of service in the real estate industry in the Gallatin Valley. In conjunction with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Montana Properties, Amy and her team are committed to providing the very best experience for their clients and customers through sound guidance and excellence in service. So if you're thinking of buying or selling or have questions about our current real estate market, call Amy Sayer or visit amysayer.com.
All right, we are back one final time for Cat Chat, live from Buffalo Wild Wings. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen now as we get ready for Weber State coming up next week. We remind you that Cat Chat is brought to you in part by the Bobcat Collective. And it's time now to look ahead, presented by Vance Thompson Vision. First of all, so quick scheduling note here. Next week, it will be Daniel Sally, the women's radio voice, who will be hosting at Cat Chat in my place. Excited to get him over here for that. I'm going to go and cover men's basketball at Stanford on Wednesday. So we'll have Daniel Sally here for that. And then Daniel will actually cover the Boise State men's game at Boise State a week from Saturday, as I'll be here for the UC Davis game. So different voice for you up here next week, Coach. But Dan, you'll be in great hands with Daniel.
Just make sure he can run all this stuff. That's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah, there's a lot of twisted of dials over here. But he's done his research. He knows what he's doing. And Daniel will be great. All right, quickly on Weber State coming up on Saturday. What are we looking for out of this team? I know they've been a little bit banged up.
Yeah, they've been dealing with quite a bit. You know, he's starting on the offensive side, quarterback-wise. You know, they're really on their third-string guy relative to how they started the season. They had really a couple talented running backs that went down a couple of weeks ago. So I'm sure just trying to figure out their identity on offense has been a challenge for the last few weeks. Defensively, you know, they're very much in the same ballpark of what they've done schematically. So they have the ability defensively to create some real problems for you. And then offensively, we got to figure out what they're doing. You know, it's a different team than, you know, our different offensive team than a couple weeks ago, and we just got to do the best we can to move our team forward. All
right, well, we're looking forward to it. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. We'll be on the air at noon. It is Military Appreciation Day as well. All right, thank you to Ryan King and Takari Carr for joining the show today. For head coach Brent Vigen, this is Keaton Gillogly saying so long, and we'll talk again this weekend. This has been Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
You've been listening to Cat Chat with head football coach Brent Vigen. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official home of Cat Chat, every Wednesday night at 6:30.